Okay, yeah, just trying to get a good look at your Shibs there, Tony Bones, Matthew. What's going on with the Shibs? So yeah, we've got this. All the previous hit height rises, the hype and meme. Look at that coming up, topping out there, and then building a nice continuation pattern. That would be an ascending triangle. So yeah, that would have been a fantastic little ascending triangle there. Or a ball pennant, more of a ball pennant, really. Just roughly chopping it out, and that, yeah, there you go, ball pennant, nice continuation pattern moving up, and that big breed dildo there. Essentially, what you got there is the latecomers, the people who've been alerted to or been too afraid to invest, or they got the fear of missing out. And they just come in, those latecomers to the party, driving the price up in a final way. We can see it was just ready to get to similar here. It was just getting ready to consolidate out, and that was going to be the new high for a consolidation. And with that, it could have been worked out as should have gone laterally, maybe as a distribution phase where people who got in earlier, maybe averaged in earlier, would have just sort of sold out a nice little neutral phase, but it's gone straight down. No neutral phase up at the top there. No that's the neutral phase distribution. It didn't crab really hardly. What was that? Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about a week it crabbed for before sharply coming down. I bet a lot of people were in there thinking, oh, that's another pennant, eh? That's another pennant. So let's just pump that up a bit. Let's get a bit of height on there, a bit of size. You can see possibly that was going to be, they're probably looking, getting a rough chop of a thing. And that was definitely going to be something a little bit pennant, a ball pennant, ready for a continuation pattern. But with the newses of the time, which did happen, when was that? 3rd of November 21. Various economic factors from outside cryptocurrency, combined with the all-time high and the double top and rejection of the resistance line Bitcoin, resulting in a Bitcoin capitulation which fell through to the rest of the market. And since then, you've really got what have you got here? So just taking those there, those lows there, testing that resistance area, wasn't it? So just channel down, channel right the way down, didn't it? Eh? And then you see down there at the end of a sort of 3-month type of decline, 4-month decline. What's happened then is you've got that lateral movement, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, for a couple of weeks. That's a fairly lateral movement in the way. It's got a long tails on there. The main bodies are quite sideways, aren't they? So it's hit that bottom, that low, established the low, bounced back up, and then it gone quite laterally. So you're just trying to establish a new low support, that new trend line there. Okay, the trend line is a support level. And that's so far made up of a higher high. It needs testing again to add validity and strength to it. The more tests you get, the more validity and the more strength and more reliable that trend line becomes. And what have you got in there? It's quite lateral movements at the moment, eh? Quite a lateral kind of feel to that. It's not exact, but it's quite a lateral movement. You can see there, just take it from the main body, Let's see what's going off there. So broadly, in a way, it's coming a bit lower, isn't it? Hovering out there. Why has that happened? So we've gone up. Have a look at the fibs. Get this Fibonacci line up. There's Fibonacci lines. These offer identifications of these lines here are about having support and resistance as things work their way through the fibs. Identifies areas where it's likely to consolidate. So it's coming up, taken from that extreme low to the extreme high there. And you can see, it just falls on there, touches on that 5-0 there and pops through. Just hovering above. This is normal for fibs. You got that sort of distance there like this. Does actually quite happen quite a lot. So if a person does come in and take profit, flip that upside down, that little gap, and you'd probably, when it's coming up for a high, when it pivots high, you're going to take some profit. Just position it there. That's what I've found. It's not an exact science, is it? So there, that sort of distance in there. And you can, there's a good point for taking profits. It's very crude, but it does work. It just adds up. There's a little safety buffer to not lose out on profits. Okay, so that's when volume and the market impetus of that upward rise does kind of run out of energy and impetus. So yeah, you want to have a little look on there. I'm wondering if this is some kind of W pattern off the daily. Woof, down, up. So if it's a W pattern, i.e. a double bottom, that's what happens. Generally speaking, we'll be concerned about that. And that W has a neckline, broad sort of neckline. Okay, so get stuff there. Neckline as an estimate. It's going to come off the main bodies there. Keep it tight, keep it safe. Also want to have a look there. So just waiting. You see how it's coming down. Is it going to come down a little bit more? Just sort of lose that vaguish support area there. Come down and seek to bounce off the 618. So when it comes to the 618, that's a key Fibonacci number, golden ratio. Do have a look at that, and then it will just bounce with some kind of energy like a trampoline. That's an acceleration mark at the 618 traditionally. Do have a look at that. What else you want to have a look at? Is this also potentially forming some kind of rising kind of triangle there, A rising wedge? Is that what's going on? Is that the pattern? Is the pattern going to be retained in there? Is this shape going to be validated by continued movement? Because if it is, that's a nice way to trade off in there. We do want to have a look at that as a pattern, because different patterns can mean different things. And this could well mean you might actually go rise along there and then drop out bearishly, and that would just drop out. What's the percentage on that? There. Needs a bit more, doesn't it? Let's just top that out. So obviously you can see there, it's the width and where it drops out. Ironically enough, on that 618, which is a thing. So bear in mind, it could come down there. You see that estimate broadly correlates to the 618 there. that fibs line, that area of technical support. So there's a potential, could reach down there for consolidation. Who knows, even a further move down. You never know. And then, what have you got here? Take it from the peak down to there. A little bit of consolidation zone. If it was to drop out there, might have a look to the 2618. Okay, not unlikely. Not unlikely at all. Again, that estimate coming from the highs and lows of this pattern here. Yeah, it does actually sit up there. From that pattern there, the highs and lows of that pattern, with the dropout from that 618 there, broadly correlates to that 618 there, and that would be a massive downside of 72%. That one's a loss of 46%. But again, if you're looking at the upside, if this continuation pattern does continue on, you're sort of looking from about here, current price, you've got an upside potential, that's nice, isn't it? 60-70%, yeah? Maybe, who knows, you might roll up to the 80, mate. And you can trade those wavelengths, take profit, wait for it to swing low, buy some more, take that profit again, add to your, accumulate more to your collection of Shibs, and so on. Who knows, it could be a nice little break up for you from that point, that 236 accelerating up. Just have another look at fibs on the for upside from this point. Again, taking that from the absolute peak to the low, there to there. Again, having a look at some of those technical targets. Wow, fibs, no fibs. So he's looking to maybe get above there, crab along there, as it wants to get above that unit at the 2.5 level, 2.500, call it, yeah. Zoom in on there, 2.5. Once it comes up above there, holds above there, what it might do is just create a smaller pattern, push into there. If it bursts up, you've got a nice technical targets going up to maybe, who knows, maybe up to here, back down, consolidates above, moves up, come back down. You've got a lot going on there. So what might happen at this stage, just going into the 4 hourly, busted down, yeah. If it does come down and oscillates in there, there's a potential ascending triangle. The ascending triangle is a bullish triangle, so that probably might be able to potentially switch from, it's just going to range down as part of the overall upward trend for the moment. What is at the moment an upward trend, so it's going to come down and increasing the smaller oscillations, cording up, violent movements, ready to burst out, maybe up. You also can burst down with some plumb. As you've seen there, you've got something going on, haven't you? Or you've got something ready to burst out now. Let's have a little look there. Alright. Well, yeah, let's take it off there. Again, that coiling phase does work. So he's batting up against there. Come short, he's going to bat up. Come down, bat up, maybe. And burst through there. But if it is coming down, what have we got potentially? So potentially a broadening wedge there. But these broadening wedges do happen within that overall pattern there. This again is something to be aware of. Broadening wedge is a bearish signal, downtrend signal. If that bursts out, validates the downward movement, and we want to be taking, identifying where this is going, and that was with those fibs as I showed you earlier. 2618 and the 618 is where they adhere to, and those estimates based on the patterns found at broadening wedge there, or the channel, and then to here as well. Vaguely broadening wedge, but it's more of a channel, isn't it, really? Whereas this one, which I highlighted, let's take that W out for you. There is the broadening wedge, which is very a sort of bearish signal. It is part of the downtrend. Is it going to burst lower? To know. I'm in two minds about it all, so is the whole market. But looking at an upside, the bullish case, this is really good. So we've got lots there. Like I say, sort of ranging up, coming up. You've got could bunch into here, burst up, get above that 236, move up again. And you've got some nice little targets to go up there. We'll see. That is within the range, but do long term expect it to pop on down. And this would fit possibly the narrative, just gently oscillating, coming down, perhaps always aiming to that new high, because he's going to, over a long period of time, potentially, he's just going to oscillate up and down. Okay. And then you can do swing trades, can't you? Swing low, swing high, swing low. Right, that's enough.